Well, ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid win their second game of the season under Xabi Alonso, beating Real Oviedo. I don't care. I don't care how you say their name. The way they played today, they pissed me off. They pissed me off, so I don't care how to pronounce their name properly. But they beat them 3-0, 2 goals from Kylian Mbappe, and 1 goal from Vinicius Jr. Well, yep, 3 points. Now they're matched up with Barcelona, 6 points each. The two contenders for the league so far because Atletico de Madrid. Yeah, we know they're not good enough. But yeah, all right, good little start to the season so far for Real Madrid and Barcelona, getting 2 wins out of 2. So yeah, good little start before international break. One more game before international break where Barcelona played Rayo Vallecano again away from home, and Real Madrid will be playing Mallorca. So we'll see if one of those two teams will end up being leaders with not obviously not equal points, or like one team dropping points. We'll see how it ends before international break. But yeah, let's quickly talk about what we witnessed today. And again, just like yesterday with Barcelona, a lot of talk about the lineup that the manager put up. Yesterday was Rafinha playing the number 10, Rashford playing on the left, Marcelo starting. Obviously question marks as to, okay, what is Hansi Flick cooking up here? And the same thing with Xabi Alonso, because this is the lineup that Xabi Alonso has decided to go with for Real Madrid. When we look at what we saw last week, we see some changes. Obviously, one of the changes is Rudiger starting over Eder Militao. I'm not sure if it's because Eder Militao, I don't know if he had a knock. I don't know. I didn't see anything of him not being fully fit or anything, so I'm not sure there. He was on the bench, so I'm guessing he just wanted to give Rudiger some playing time. The other one, which I think was a shocker to me, because the other ones we can talk about, but I think Carvajal was the main shocker to me as to him starting over Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think 2 games in, he's already benching Trent. Kind of sus right there. I don't know if he, he probably likes Carvajal better than Trent. Who knows? But like Trent came like very late into the game. He came in 87th minute. Like he came in very late to the game. He came in the 87th minute. No, he came in the 70th. Oh yeah, 87th minute. Like he came in very late into the game. Yeah, that was the main shocker to me. But the other ones with Mastantuano starting over Brahim Diaz compared to last week, and Rodrigo starting over Vinicius Jr. Mastantuano, I said from what we saw from the first game when he came into that match against Osasuna, he showed sparks. He showed confidence. He showed that he wants to fight for the team for sure. Again, for an 18-year-old, that's exactly what you want, a player playing with confidence. So I said I wouldn't be surprised if he starts eventually, if he even becomes the full-on starter, because 18-year-old is young, but if you have the level, you'll play. You'll definitely play. And Rodrigo starting, I think that was a shocker for maybe Madrid fans for sure, but for me, not really. No, kind of a shocker, because considering how Rodrigo's playing time has been so far with Xabi Alonso, it's kind of a shocker that he immediately in the second game of the season he starts over Vinicius Jr. Yes, Vinicius Jr. hasn't been the best. He hasn't looked the best. I mean, after what today, I'm sure a lot of Madrid fans are going to say, never start Rodrigo. This is why Rodrigo has to be sold. We'll see what they start saying, but it's 2 games in the season already automatically benching Vinny and then putting Rodrigo. Okay, what is Xabi Alonso cooking up here? Is it a statement to say, no, I want to keep Rodrigo in this team, I don't want to sell him, or just like a manager kind of statement saying, hey Vinny, look, hey, the whole team, look at this, I'm benching Vinny, so if you don't play well, if you don't perform, if you don't do what I say, you will be benched. So that is a great statement from a manager. Like, round of applause for that. I'll give Xabi Alonso the props, because the video I made a while ago talking about Real Madrid, talking about Xabi Alonso with this Real Madrid side, is how much of a great manager he can be, because considering the squad and the players he has. And this is definitely clear a statement of that he'll bench you if you're not performing, because Vinicius Jr. against Osasuna wasn't the best. So Rodrigo gets to start today, but the rest of the team is as expected. But Real Madrid today, I did pretty well. I'm not going to be fully unbiased and just look everything in a negative way just because I'm a Barca fan. I'm going to give my honest opinion. They did well, especially in the first half. They were just all over Real Oviedo. Like, they couldn't even touch the ball. Every time they tried to, do a play, they couldn't do it. They almost scored like five, like not even almost scored, but they had a pretty good play literally 5 seconds into the match from kickoff. That little goal that Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar scored score from kickoff, they try to do that. They try to replicate that, and they almost got it. But Courtois anticipated it well and came out to clear it. But besides that, in that first half, they had nothing. Real Oviedo had absolutely nothing. Real Madrid were pressing them well, got the ball off of them quickly. Like, it's clear, like, when a player from Real Oviedo had the ball, two players immediately on him, already immediately pressing him, and they would take the ball back immediately. So Real Madrid did well defensively in that first half. Second half, a little bit of question marks, but that first half they were defending pretty well. And again, it's just a matter of you're going to, when it comes to La Liga, these smaller teams, same thing as the Osasuna game, same thing as Barcelona yesterday against Levante, you're going to go up against these teams who play low block. They play low block, so it's going to be difficult to break them down. And Real Madrid were trying. Rodrigo had some sparks in that first half. He created the first dangerous chance where he had a couple good dribbles inside the box. He takes a shot, a little bit of deflection, little poison shot, and then the goalkeeper makes a great save. I thought the goalkeeper did pretty well, even though he conceded 3. He did pretty well. He saved Real Oviedo in a couple of chances there. But that was the dangerous opportunity that they had. Then another dangerous opportunity with the ball was just going all around. Aldegulo gets a shot and another great save, another great clearance from one of the players from Real Oviedo. But of course, when you're playing a low block, it's difficult. But the main positive you can take from Real Madrid from that first half is the fact that they didn't give Real Oviedo even a sniff of the ball in their own half. Like, they couldn't attack for shit. They got to Courtois' box like once and did absolutely nothing with it. Rondon, awful, bro. He's awful. He did nothing today. And yeah, Courtois didn't even have to worry, didn't have to do anything. Like, he didn't even have to use his hands in that first half. Like, Oviedo were awful. They were awful. Again, it's just the press of Real Madrid and just them being all over them, and they couldn't do anything. And then they get the first goal from Kylian Mbappe, where Chouameni wins the ball. I was screaming corruption. I was screaming that's a foul, but then unfortunately, you take a closer look to it, and yeah, he did touch the ball. It was a great tackle from Chouameni. Aldegulo gets the ball. He finds Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe with acres of space makes the half turn and then just shoots it past the Real Oviedo goalkeeper. Yeah, a great goal. It's just a matter of that's how Real Madrid are trying to play. Fast paced, recover the ball as quickly as possible, trying to find the open spaces and try to capitalize on their chances. And that's what Mbappe did for them to go up 1-0 in the first half. Second half, Real Oviedo, turn up a little bit more. They turn up a little bit more, start attacking, start getting into Real Madrid's half a lot more. Real Madrid, I'm not gonna say shaky, but they opened up a little bit more for Real Oviedo to at least attack them a little bit, trying to get a lot more in their box compared to what they did in the first half. Again, I don't know if it's a matter of Real Madrid got too confident or Real Oviedo just said, we're down, let's try to do something now. I don't know why they couldn't do it first half, but second half they improved a lot more. When it comes to individual players from Real Madrid, Mostantuano, I thought like work rate decent, attacking, he got like once or twice inside the box, but really didn't do much. That one pass from Aldegulo where he crosses into the back post and he almost gets a foot into it to try and put it in. But attacking not really the best, but defensive work rate, helping out the team, he did pretty decent. Again, Rodrigo, I think the first half he did pretty well. In the second half, not really much. They really didn't do anything in the attack until Vinny came in, really. And the rest of the team, Chouameni, very solid today. Very solid game from Chouameni. Valverde, again, solid defensively, recovering balls for Real Madrid. That's his job. That's what he does, and he did well today. The defensive line for Real Madrid, first half were great. Second half, again, they opened up a little bit more, but Real Oviedo had like one clear opportunity in the second half, really, like one clear opportunity where they hit the post and then seconds later they concede. Like, Real Oviedo were just awful today. Let's be honest. They were just awful today. They created nothing. They have barely any link of play. Again, props to Real Madrid for putting the pressure on them and now allowing them to play their game. But at the same time, it's just the quality of players that Oviedo have. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to go up against a team like Real Madrid who clearly have way superior players. Again, we'll see how Real Madrid do against the better sides when they start playing the better teams with, I think, a better quality midfield for sure. I think that's the main thing, going up against a team that has a better quality midfield. And of course, attack too. But I think the midfield is the main thing because Real Madrid, like I said, they have two players that immediately press you as soon as the opposition gets the ball. If a player is good enough to get away from those players or make a 1-2 pass where they can get away from Real Madrid, from the players that are pressing, then Real Madrid leaves some spaces open for a better team to capitalize on, to do better on. So we'll see. Again, we'll see how they do against better sides. I think in 2 weeks they play Real Sociedad, or after international break they play Real Sociedad, who obviously are a decent side compared to Real Oviedo. So we'll see how they do up against them. But again, I'm not taking away from Real Madrid doing well and pressing and having a great defense as well. Arda Güler, I think, again, he got the assist, and pretty decent match from him too. I would say he was probably the second or third best player for Real Madrid today. Kylian Mbappe ended up with the MVP, obviously, because he got the 2 goals. But Arda Güler, I think he was pretty good. Just trying to find the open spaces for the attackers. Passing the ball back and forth, trying to find the spaces for Rodrigo, for Antoine, or for Mbappe. He did pretty decent. And again, he was one of the main guys, definitely pressing. When I'm talking about those 2-man pressing, he was definitely one of those guys who immediately pressed and tried to recover the balls. He did recover a lot of balls. So decent game from Arda Güler as well. Carreras, pretty solid. Hoytsen, solid. Rudiger, solid. Like, Real Madrid was solid today. Again, second half, Real Oviedo had chances, but they just messed up every single one. But yeah, you can't really give much credit for Oviedo. The second goal from Real Madrid, such a stupid goal to give up, because literally Real Oviedo, the only opportunity they got where they hit the post, and then seconds later they lose the ball. Who lost the ball? Let me find this guy. Let me find this guy's name. It was this guy. We're here. Haisem Hassan. He loses the ball in such a stupid area. He falls asleep. Vinny steals it from him, and then Vinny finds Mbappe in acres of space, and Mbappe just scores it past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had no chance. Mbappe's not missing from there. And the third goal, Vinny. I forgot how Vinny scored it. Again, another counterattack, and Vinny just slots it in easily again. Just slots it easily against the goalkeeper. Again, they lose the ball in a stupid manner. Real Oviedo lose the ball in a stupid manner. Brahim finds Vinny, and then Vinny just squares it in. But yeah, I mean, what more can we really say? It's expected for Real Madrid to beat these kind of sides, really. Like, it's Real Oviedo. We're talking about a team that just got ascended. We're not talking about a decent side La Liga team that are expected to beat a team or give competition to a team like Madrid. They tried their best. The best player for Real Oviedo was definitely their goalkeeper. And the best player for Real Madrid, besides Kylian Mbappe, I would say Chouameni. Like, the midfield was very solid from Real Madrid, but rather Chouameni out of the Güler. I think it's hard to pick between them. They all had a great game today, and I'd say maybe potentially I'd give it to Arda Güler. I'd give it to Arda Güler to be the second best player. Vinny, again, he got the goal and the assist, but I mean, that's expected. When you're going up against a side that's opening up a lot more compared to what they were in the first half, it's expected. Now we'll see how Madrid fans are going to react to it. Are they going to say that, no, Vinny deserves to start? Rodrigo, you had your chance, you lost it? We'll see. We'll see how it ends up. But yeah, again, but the overall thing about this is Real Madrid are definitely showing improvements from what they were last season, but I want to see how they do against a better side. That will give them way more competition. In the Club World Cup, we saw it a little bit, of course, like with Juventus, Borussia Dortmund, but I'm talking about in a high-stakes game, in a more competitive feel of a competition compared to the World Cup, Club World Cup, like the Champions League, and then obviously in the league when they play Barcelona, when they play Atletico Madrid, when they play Athletic Club, better sides that can give them competition, better quality of players for sure, 100%. But we'll see how they do. But yeah, Real Madrid win 3-0, 3 important points for Real Madrid. Let me know down in the comments who you guys thought was your man of the match today, what you guys thought about the game. Kylian Mbappe, 3 goals in the league so far. Okay, he's looking like he wants the Pichichi again. He wants the Pichichi again. We'll see. But yeah, let me know in the comments all those things down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Shout out your friends that love football. And I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Much love. Take care and peace.